Hey everybody, just making a quick video from work. As you all know, I just haven't been feeling well lately, and I'm gonna have to, I don't know, I gotta meet with my doctors because things are just getting worse. I've been, for a couple weeks now, really distended abdomen, and just not feeling well at all, feeling very sick, nauseous every time I eat, nausea all the time, dizziness, extreme fatigue, extreme weakness and muscle weakness, trouble walking, cramps everywhere, heart issues, vascular issues, lung, breathing issues. It's like my whole body is like failing, and for over almost a month now, I noticed discolored and smoke smelling, or I don't know, the best I know how to describe it, it smells like a campfire or a jar of bacon bits. That's what my urine smells like. It's brown and murky, and it smells like bacon bits, and it's really, really strong, and it's brown, and I drink a lot of water, and it still comes out brown, and just distended abdomen, just extreme headaches. All of this shows kidney or liver failure, according to my research anyway, all these symptoms. And so I really got to I can't get a hold of this doctor I use, Dr. Jennifer DeLungo in East Haven. So it's like I got to go there in person or something and try to make an appointment with her, which she hardly ever keeps. And my cholesterol is through the roof. My blood pressure is up and down. I don't know if I went into full-blown diabetes and didn't realize it or what, but just so sick and in pain everywhere, and having trouble walking, and people even notice I can't hide it anymore. I took a bunch of Tylenol and went hiking with my friend yesterday. I could barely keep up with them. And then today I couldn't even get out of bed, because it's too much on my body. My muscles don't repair. And so it was, they're all achy and pain and hard to walk. And, so I just take more Tylenol, and I, do my prayers, and I move on. But just the wicked headaches for over a month now, and neck pain and burning eyes, and just this exhaustion and falling asleep even while I'm eating, like constant. It's like I have narcolepsy, trouble breathing. Like I feel like my like I have congestive heart failure. I wake up with fluid. I cough up fluid, and but the worst thing is the new symptoms are the brown urine that smells like a campfire or like bacon bits. And so when I went to the hospital last week, I told them all this, but they just, it's not emergent, whatever. And then they tried to do the CAT scans, but they couldn't do it properly because I had an allergic reaction to the contrast. So they did it without contrast, and they couldn't see what they needed to see. So they told me to follow up with a heart specialist and a GI specialist. So, being on Husky, that takes a long time to get these people to see you, and it's just I'm so tired of this. I'm so sick and tired. I just want to die. Like, you don't understand the pain and the nausea and the headaches, and just how like garbage I feel from the top of my head to the soles of my feet every day. And every day I have to go to work every day, and I have to hide it, and I just keep moving. I feel like I'm going to drop, but I can't even sleep at night. So I've got to try to get to the doctors, but now Donna looked like she was having a stroke again today. Of course, every time I set tied to take care of myself, she was doing fine until this morning, and then at 6 in the morning, I was just falling asleep, and she wakes me up. I'm not feeling good. I'm dizzy. I can't stand up. I'm weak. I have a headache. I feel, and I'm like, oh, here we go again. You were just doing better and for a while, and now I'm not feeling well, and I need to get to the doctor, and I got to tend to you again. But it's because she's not taking care of herself. She decided, I gave her keys back and let her decide to drive again, and which was stupid because I know she abuses it. And I told her only go when necessary to the doctors that are close. I'll bring you to the far ones, or go to the store only if necessary to pick up your meds or whatever. It's right next door. But she goes gallivanting all over the place and spending money we don't have and bringing home every day tons of junk food, cakes, cupcakes, all this stuff she's not supposed to be eating, fills the fridge and cabinet with so much junk and frosting and cookies and garbage, and won't eat her regular food now. And she's been doing this for 2 weeks, and now she's getting sick. And I told her, you can't do that, you're on diet, you have diabetes and strokes and all this other stuff, and I can't eat that stuff. So we got in a big blowout today before I went to work. Me and her nurse were both on her because he came over, and I said, listen, do you see what she's doing? She don't listen to me. This is why I didn't want to give her car back, because she's not supposed to be driving and she abuses it, and she's going all over and wasting a lot of money on binge eating junk and McDonald's and she's killing herself. And every time she gets sick and ends up I have to take care of her, and I can't work full time, and I don't even have enough money now to pay for my car insurance this week. I'll have like $10 left, and I just got paid on Friday, and now my car insurance went up to $128, and I only have $150 in my bank, and that was my paycheck. And so I don't know how I'm going to pay the rest of my bills and get through this week, and I have a long week ahead of me for work, and gas ain't cheap. And it's just been tough, and I'm getting sicker and sicker by the day, and I just want to just drop dead. I can't take it anymore, and I can't even take care of myself because I have to take care of other people. And when they don't take care of themselves, they are putting a lot more strain on me and other caretakers who have to pick up where they're, failing. Like when they end up on the floor and back in the hospital and back and forth again with rehab and all that stuff because she don't want to take her meds on time. She don't want to take care of herself. She don't listen. And it puts more stress on me. So when she's up all night sick, I can't sleep. And I have to work every day. 7 days a week. So now my organs are failing me. And I don't know what I'm going to do. And I don't know what the hell she's going to do if I die, because she's on her own. And I'm pretty much the one that's responsible for everything. So I hope I don't go first. But I don't care at this point. And I'm starting to get discouraged because I don't think I'm ever going to be well enough again to ever get married or even go back to seminary, or what am I supposed to? I'm never going to be able to do anything. This is it. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Maybe I'm dying. Maybe I'll find out I have cancer, and because I have just been so sick for months, actually. I just can't stand going to the doctors anymore. And they don't do anything for me, and they just keep round robin and wasting my time, and they don't listen. And it's one prescription after another, and they're not getting to the bottom of it, and I just can't stand it. It's because I'm on Husky. So I just pray, and I deal with it, and I try to ignore it, and I offer up my sufferings, and I move on until I drop. And I end up in the hospital, and then I come back out, and I'm so tired of it. So I have not been around much, and if I keep getting worse, I just want to let people know what's going on, because don't be surprised if I'm not here soon, or I'm in the hospital, or dead. It's not my own doing. I've done everything to change my diet. I've done everything I can. I can't, I can't even get the doctors to give me the right appointments or referrals. So, I don't know what to think anymore. But I'm at my wit's end, and I just can't stand the headaches and the nausea and the pain through all my bones and the fevers and the sweating and the brown urine and the stomach issues and the nausea all the time and the loss of appetite, and it's everything. It's everything now. I have trouble walking. It's excruciatingly painful. My legs are weak. My arms are weak. And going to the hospital, they just send you right back out with a list of symptoms saying, if you have these, come back. And I'm like, that's exactly what I have now, and that's why I'm here. Well, if it gets worse, come back. They should be sued, but I can't do anything about it. So, on a side note, when you people get mad at me for my videos, and you say that I'm too hard on you because your lack of faith, or because you're drinking, or you're abusing yourself, or whatever, don't you dare. Because there's people like me who do not drink and smoke and abuse ourselves, and we suffer terribly. And we try not to complain about it, okay? And on top of it, we have no money. I can end up on the street at any time. And so you people, I see how you get upset with me when I call you out on your BS, and you don't want to hear about God, and you don't want to hear about this and that. And, you know, you just don't want to hear the truth. And, you're always picking on me, Steve. You're always judging me. No, I care. But what really gets me mad is when I see people who abuse their money, waste their money, when I need it to survive and you just have it to waste. I see you abusing your bodies. I see you taking everything in life for granted. And then I have to be one of many out here who suffer every day and wish to die and go to heaven because our life sucks and we have to smile and bear it and be good and strong for all of you. And we don't even know if we're going to make it, you know? And yet you people keep drinking and chugging and destroying your liver. Well, why is my liver failing? I don't do that. It's not fair. And I actually had a talk with God. I said, Lord, it is not fair that I'm trying to be your servant. I'm trying to be a saint. I'm trying to make it to heaven here. And you got a world full of people who don't care about you or going to heaven or hell or any of that. And they just abuse their money, abuse their spouse, abuse their marriage, take everything for granted, abuse their body, do drugs and alcohol, smoke weed, ruin their brain cells. And they're fine. They have the money just keeps rolling in. They go on vacation. They're enjoying their life. They're barflies. You know, they seem to have a 6-figure income. Their health is great. And I would like to have good health, so maybe I can work more than part-time and go to sleep at night knowing that I have enough money to get through the week. Or maybe I could have been a priest and saved a lot of souls, but instead I have to be sick. And I'm just stuck in this never-ending cycle of... So this is it. And I've never been feeling so sick for so long. And I really don't know if I'm going to be here much longer, honestly. Between my heart, I went hiking yesterday, which was really dumb, but I want to do something with my life. And so I hung out with some Christian friends, and you know what we did? We went to the woods, we went on several trails, and I led them in the rosary. And other strangers we came across in the middle of the woods on the trails saw that witness, and we talked to them about God and this and that. And so we were able to evangelize and teach them about the faith and this and that while we're in the middle of the woods. Okay, so... that's what we did with Sunday. We went to church, and then even though I was in excruciating pain, I took some Tylenol, and I hobbled through the woods, and it was hard to keep up with my friends, because they're young and healthy, but I did it. And I prayed the rosary, and that's it. I just want to be able to have some normalcy. I just want to be able to walk through the woods at least, and then, you know, the trails, and whatever. What else can I do? I mean, I can't do a lot of sinful secular stuff. I could at least go for hikes with my friends, right? I mean, it's pathetic if I can't even go hiking. And so every time I do, the next day, I can't move or walk. I'm even sicker. My muscles don't recover. I sprained my left ankle. My right foot has fasciitis, where it's like stepping on a nail constantly in excruciating pain, and you can't even sleep at night. My back is killing me. I couldn't even walk. And I didn't get any sleep again because Donna was sick with stroke issues again this morning. And then she's sitting there gorging herself on all this unhealthy crap. And I'm like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I give you good, healthy food. I take care of you. I wait on your hand and foot. And you just abuse your health. There's no reason for it. You know, you have healthy stuff to eat and you're eating crap. Crap all day, all night. Then she's talking about leaving the faith. And I'm like, I really, you know what? It gets to a point where I'm not God. I can bring you to Jesus, but you're on your own once you do that. If you want to walk away and go to hell, that's your fault. That is your fault. But when people go above and beyond and suffer to the point of suffering for you to get you into that church, and you just, oh well, then you know what? You deserve the hell you're going to get. And when you destroy your body or blow your money, gambling, casinos, alcohol, whatever you stupid things you're blowing it on. And then there's people like me out here who have to bust our butt and we're on our last limb trying to make ends meet, and you're just throwing your money away on garbage. Shame on you. You deserve the hell you're going to get. Okay? And I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just telling you a sobering message. And I don't know how much time I have left on this earth. My heart ain't good. My organs aren't good. I am in a lot of pain. I might even have leukemia. It might be acting up again. They told me I might have it years ago. It runs in my family, and it might be here. Like, I don't know. I had hopes that I was still going to maybe get better and somehow end up a priest one day. Somehow, even if I had to do it from a wheelchair. Or at least maybe, I don't know, have a home of my own somehow and a wife who loves me, and I don't know. But now it's like the past couple weeks, I can't even make ministry videos anymore. I can't even pray. I can barely get out of bed. Everything's being affected. I don't want to eat anymore. I feel so sick when I do. I'm just like constantly sweating and sick, and I'm out of breath. I can't even walk up the stairs. What's going on? There's no COVID. Nobody seems to, the blood work's fine. The urine sample's fine. How are you talking about it's fine? What are you talking about? Every night I'm up urinating and I save it in a gallon so I can, and it's brown and it stinks. And so something's wrong. So I do my own research, and it says all these symptoms are kidney failure, organ failure, diabetes. And so you go to the hospital, very sick, and they send you back. And they say, oh, you're fine. It's not emergent. So what do I need to wait until I'm in full-fledged kidney failure before it's emergent? Is that what Jesus, you can't come soon enough. This place needs a slap. Honestly. We're supposed to pray for God to wait. We're supposed to be merciful as his children and say, Lord, please don't punish mankind. Give them more time. For what? Those who are going to heaven are already on board. The ark's ready to leave. The rest of you who don't want to get yourself together, you don't want nothing. What are you waiting for? I mean, honestly, I can't wait till Jesus returns and gets rid of I'm done. I am tired. I don't want to suffer anymore. Do you understand? Like, I'm alone. I've already lost almost everything. I mean, my family, most of my friends, like my health, my vocation. I mean, what else are you going to take away from me? My life? Please. Do me a favor. I have nothing left to live for. I can't offer anybody anything. I'm not even being a good example anymore. But you know what? I don't have it in me anymore. It's time for me now. I'm sick. I mean, I can quote the Bible to a bunch of people who don't want to hear it. It's the only thing that keeps me going every day. If I gave up on my faith and my prayers and church, I would not make it. I'm telling you that. It's the only thing I do right in life. And it's the only thing I have left. And it's the only hope I have left. Otherwise, I don't think my heart could even beat any longer, because there's just, every time I try to do something or move forward or roadblock, sickness, surgery, problem, I'm done. This world's a curse. I wish I was never born. I don't know what good I did while I was down here. I hope God could at least say, well done, you did some good for 42 years. I hope I helped some people. I hope that, but I have a good feeling, the way things have been going, that my eulogy is going to suck. And that very few people will show up at my funeral. And it's going to be like, the kid had a lot of problems. He was a cuckoo. He's weird, whatever. Nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to be able to say, you know what, that kid changed my life. Or he saved my life. Or he saved my soul. He brought me to Christ. I don't think I'm going to have anybody saying much good about me. And that's what makes me worry the most, that I don't mind dying. But I really wanted to do something with my life before I died to make it count. Something good. I wanted to, save a life or a soul or be known for something. I don't know. But most people are probably not going to be able to say much good about me. And that's really sad. Because I'm not a bad person. I really do try to be a real true Christian, and people hate me for it. And I feel like God has abandoned me sometimes and hates me. It's like all I do is get slapped. And the more I try to care about people and God and do this right, the more it gets worse. I know the devil hates me. I mean, obviously, so he's half the problem. But sometimes I'm like, Lord, are you done with me? Are you mad? Like, why are you doing this to me? Like, I'm human. I can't handle much more. You want me to be a good example, and I'm supposed to be smiling. Oh, yeah, this is so much fun. Every day I wake up in excruciating pain. I have no money to get through the week. I don't even have my own home. I'm living with a woman who, no matter how many times I try to save her life, she just keeps self-destructing. I got a bunch of friends who don't even want anything to do with me. My family hates me. What am I doing? Like, yeah, and then I read the Bible, and it says, oh, well, if you do it the way the world's doing it, you're going to go to hell. I mean, you'll have your reward, you'll have a good life, but you'll go to hell. Or you could do it this way and go to heaven, hopefully. If I don't make it to heaven after all this misery, then I don't know who's gonna. I really don't. Because I try so hard. And look what I have to deal with. And it really does piss me off. I'm sorry, but I do get angry sometimes and envious and jealous of people who do not even try. They don't even say prayers before they eat their meal. They're so ungrateful. They think that they're masters of their universe. And they don't give God any credit or thanks for anything. And it's like they just live their life recklessly, like they're going to live forever. But that's because they don't have the sufferings that some of us do. If you were in my shoes, I assure you, you'd be so grateful for any bit of food you got. You'd be so grateful for any bit of money you had. You'd be grateful for anybody who paid attention to you. You know, like you'd be grateful for every day of life until you get to the point where you don't even want to be here anymore. And I'm starting to understand why all the saints died young and they begged God to take them. Lord, please, I just want to go to heaven. I don't want to be here anymore. Lord, please, can I just go to heaven? I'm starting to be like that now. Now I'm laying there at night like, Lord, please just take me. If you're done with me, take me. Because I don't see a bright future. And without a miracle, I do not see what I'm going to do down here. I think I've said all that needs to be said. I think I've done all that I can, physically anyway. I've tried to reach everybody I know and love. I've tried to bring them back to church. There's nothing more I can do. So maybe I'll be better used to you guys in heaven if I make it there. But I don't really want to be here anymore. I mean, I'll probably be stuck here in a wheelchair until I'm 80. Whatever. I don't know, and I don't see a way out of this anymore, but I don't see anything getting better. And I'm not trying to be negative. I just, God didn't promise fortune and fame and comfort and luxury. He never promised that. And you know what? I can wring your neck, you stupid fake Christian prosperity gospel preachers out there who have the basket going around and you're taking all this money from people and you're putting on fancy shows and selling books, promising people that if they become a Christian, they're going to have all the comfort and luxury. Oh, God wants you to be rich. God wants you to be happy. God wants you to have a limousine. Baloney. That is the exact opposite of what he said. You want to be a Christian? Look at me. This is the road of the cross. You will suffer. You will lose much. The world will hate you. Your family will be your biggest enemies. They'll throw you to the street when you need them the most. That's what mine did. Sick as a dog. Oh well, broke, sick. Get out. You're done. Your father's not here to protect you anymore, Stephen. Oh, that's nice after all I did for all of you. Wow. You become a priest, we'll never talk to you again. And so they meant it. Okay, this is what I get. It's called the road of the cross. But every once in a while I do have a complaining fit and I bawl my eyes out. And then I pick myself back up and I say, okay, let's move on again. And let's put a smile on our face and get out there and try to bring more people to Christ. If you think what I do pays, it doesn't. If you think it's easy, it's not. And if you think that it's supposed to be glamorous to be a Christian, you're wrong. Now, if you don't want to be a Christian because I'm a bad example or because you're afraid this is going to happen to you, well, then shame on you because Jesus had to go through it too for you. He died on this cross, a very painful death, so you could be saved. And you can't even follow him or live according to his commandments. So enjoy your life now. That's why you have everything so easily now, good health, good everything. But this is all you're going to get. And he says that. And I really feel bad for all these Christians who are following ministers who keep preaching prosperity, happiness, all this stuff, blessing, healing, blah, blah, blah. It's not that God can't do it because he can, and I've seen him. It just doesn't mean he's going to do it for you or me. He doesn't promise us that. Don't you understand that sometimes the suffering is what gets you to heaven? That's why he said, pick up your cross and follow me. It happened to me, it'll happen to you. That is the narrow way to heaven. That's why nobody wants to go to heaven, because the way is tragic. It's painful, scary, suffering. Nobody wants that. They want to enjoy their short little life. You only live once. But if you don't do this, you're not going to make it to a good eternal life. But you will have eternal life, but it will be worse than you can ever imagine. So I'm begging God, I'm like, please, Lord, I suffered enough. Don't let me be out of the pot and into the fires of hell. Because if I don't make it to heaven, this life of 42 years of suffering was nothing in compared to an eternity in hell. And I don't want to go there. So I will stay here another 40, 80 years suffering if I have to just to make it to heaven. And I will keep preaching for you people when I have the energy to do so. Till my dying breath. I promise God that and I promise you that. And if I do find out I'm dying, good. Don't cry for me. Celebrate. I'll be happy. I get to go home. But I am going to make sure that I used my illness to try to be brave for you all and to try to bring you to Christ that way. That's all I can do is say, hey, we all got to die sooner or later. You don't have to fear it and you don't have to make it a miserable thing. You can try to make the most of it. And that's what I'm going to try to do. Minister to the end and walk you through the process of death and bring you right to the Lord's door. And then at some point I'm going to have to leave. And you're going to be down here by yourself. And it will happen to you. And hopefully you'll look back and remember how Steve handled it. I don't know. Maybe I'm jumping the gun here. Maybe I'm not that critical and maybe I'll be fine. I don't know. But I sure don't feel like it. Something is very wrong. And I don't have the time to take off from work to go and do what I need to do to find out what's wrong. I have to work until I'm so sick I'm in the hospital. Then maybe they'll get to the bottom of it. Because I don't have enough money to take time off from work so that I can go to the doctors or get surgeries that I might need. And I'm not trying to complain. I'm just trying to tell you what's going on and why it's getting to the point where I'm not around anymore. And so when people are inviting me to do stuff and I'm not around, or my phone's off for days at a time, or I'm in a hospital again, you're not surprised. I'm not asking for pity or sympathy, and I'm not even asking for money, but I am just trying to explain to you. But while I'm complaining and talking reality, which is scary and people don't want to listen to, I'm trying to still tell you what is most important, and that is you need to get your life in order with Christ, because you might die tomorrow or tonight. You don't know. And I'm telling you, there is an eternity waiting for you in hell if you do not make the cut. So please, even if this is the last video I ever get to make, do not let it fall on deaf ears. Please. Because I'm telling you, Jesus is Lord and He's real, and heaven is real, and hell is real, and the devil is real. And if you do not have Christ, you're going down. And you're wasting your time every day down here. If you're not living for Christ, it's going to count for nothing. It's only going to, the better life you have down here without Christ is just going to be a ball and chain wrapped around your ankles on Judgment Day, bringing you down to the deepest recesses of hell. And I'm also trying to tell you people, stop self-sabotaging. Enough with the drugs and the partying and wasting money and alcohol and ruining your marriages. You don't know what suffering is. Oh, you don't understand. No, I do understand. I understand. You don't understand. You don't know pain and suffering and illness. You have not been through all of them that I have been through. You have not lost the amount of people I've lost. How many people have died in my arms already over the years? Do not give me your stupid excuses for why you self-sabotage with drugs and alcohol, or blow your money at casinos, or your life of sin. I'm tired of hearing it. Oh, I only live once. I don't believe in it. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. I'm telling you, if this is the last video I ever make, and it may very well be. It's freaking hot. You are running out of time. We all are. But if you do not heed this, if you do not get back to church, if you do not give your life to Jesus, you're not going to heaven. And people, everything I've said is in vain. Everything the Lord's done for you is in vain. And you're not going to be able to blame anybody on Judgment Day for you not making it. So, I am done making these videos. I just want to give you all an update on my health and what's going on. And then I've been trying to fight for you. And I've been trying. I don't get paid for this. It doesn't make me popular. I'm so sick right now, I gotta end this video. I'm just trying to tell you, oh my gosh, the room is spinning. I gotta go. Just please listen to me. Alright? If it's the last thing, if it's the only thing I've done for you, I don't want my life to be for nothing. I want Jesus to at least be able to say that, okay, Steve, at least you fought for souls. At least you did something right. Out of all the stupid things you did wrong, you did something right. You got some souls saved. At least you told them the truth before you died. That's all I'm trying to do. like I said, maybe I'm not dying, maybe I am, I don't know. I really don't care anymore. I just hope I make it up. So pray for me, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to make another video anytime soon, but I just really don't feel well. In fact, I don't even get out of work until after 11, but I might end up having to go back to the hospital again. I am sick, and it's not COVID, and it's none of that. It's my organs, my kidneys and my liver and my heart. And so anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know what's going on. That's why I haven't been around. That's why I ended my public ministry. And I'm sorry that I let everybody down and didn't become something great in my life while I had time. I tried, but I've had poor health my whole life, and it's been 42 years of this. And, you know, my family certainly didn't make things any easier. They made things a lot worse for me. They held me back. They threw me in the street. They basically made it a lot more difficult. I mean, when somebody's got disabilities and health issues, you don't do that to them, your own family, but that's what they chose to do. And so God help them, and I pray for them every day, and I offer up my suffering for them. I love them. I would never have done that to any of them, to my mother, my sister, any of them, my stepmother. Never would I have done that to you if it was the other way around. And how many times you people seem to forget the times that I spent days keeping vigil at your bedside in hospitals when you were near death, when you were in comas, when you were sick. I sat there with my Bible praying for you. And when I needed you, you weren't there for me. You let me down. You let me go. You let me die. So thank you for that, family. Thank you so much. And I just want to know what I did to deserve it. Because I'm a Christian, I deserve it? Yeah, okay. If you can't take care of your own family, you're not going to take care of a stranger on the street or an enemy. You've learned nothing from Jesus or the gospel or from me. Nothing. So I don't know what's going to happen to you on Judgment Day. I pray every day, Lord, forgive them. Please don't let my family end up in hell. But I don't know what's going to happen to you because you kind of deserve it. You really don't do anything for anybody but yourselves. And even a lot of my friends, you weren't there for me. You were only there for me when I had something to offer you, when things were going great. But every time I needed you, you disappeared. Why? If it weren't for about 5 Christians in my life that I can count on one hand, 5, I wouldn't be here today. It was my real Christian friends who actually gave me a home when I had none, and money to survive, or, you know, brought me to the hospital when I needed to, or were at the hospital praying all the time during my surgeries. Those are the people who were there for me, but my family left me. My secular friends left me. Groups and organizations I've been part of left me. I understand what Jesus must have gone through during the worst times of his life. And he did it for you and me. And we abandoned him. We failed him. And we continue to fail him every day. Why can't you guys learn? When are you ever going to learn? What is so special about this planet that you need to continue living like everybody else who's going to hell and being so darn selfish and godless? Why? Why can't you listen to Jesus and his servants? Why do you self-sabotage with drugs and alcohol and perversion? Why? I just want to know. Because until you're in my shoes, and you've seen the things I've seen, and you suffer what I suffer, you will never understand how much you take for granted until it's gone. And I am warning you, life is short, and you don't have much time. None of us do. Tomorrow ain't guaranteed. And you're wasting your time. You are wasting your lives on foolish stuff that won't be here tomorrow or in 100 years. I don't know what else to say. There's nothing else to say. I keep repeating this because the Bible truth is the Bible truth and is never going to change. You and I have to change and conform our lives to the truth and stop living this false reality out here. And until you're willing to accept that and do it, God help you. He can't even help you because you won't let him. You won't let him. And every saint that's come and gone is for nothing if you don't get this. And everything Jesus did on that cross for you, and everything his blessed mother is trying to do, all for nothing if your soul ends up in hell. And it's nobody's fault but our own if we end up in hell. Do you understand that? I don't know anybody or anything that's worth going to hell for. And so I hope this message, because it might be my last, reaches people. But if it doesn't, you know what? You wouldn't listen to Jesus either. Why should I expect you to listen to me? I'm nothing. I'm poor white trash, failed at my vocation, and I have nothing. Nothing to offer you. And so, therefore, why should you listen to me, right? I'm just a kook. I'm crazy. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yes, there's a hell. And it starts here on earth, and it gets a lot worse. And some of us have seen it. And I'm not going to rehash my stories again. But I have died, I have seen, and I'm telling you, and I hope I don't end up there the next time I die. I am telling you, I don't make these videos just to make up stories and look for attention. How is that going to benefit me? It's not helping me get jobs. It ain't having money. Money ain't pouring in. I'm not selling books and making movies, and I don't even have friends or family. So no, me telling you the truth, the only person that appreciates this is Jesus. And nobody else. And everybody else doesn't listen. So, whatever. In Italian we say, eh, because there's nothing else we can do. And I'm just sick and tired. I am. I'm being a bad example right now. But Lord, I'm sick and tired of suffering for people who don't care. They're just going to continue on thinking they know better. And everybody else who talks about Jesus is stupid and crazy. And there's no hell. Okay, well, you'll find out real fast how real hell is. And once you're there, you ain't getting out. So, I suggest, why don't you think of it this way? How old are you? Some of you are a lot older than me. Some of you are younger than me. You've lived that long already doing it your way. Satan's way. The world's way. Now, why don't you give the rest of your life, because it might be hours or days or a few years, why don't you give that to Christ? Why don't you start living right now? You've already done everything wrong. I mean, I've done everything wrong, so it's time to live right. And yeah, I lost a lot of worldly stuff. But I'm not going to lose anything of eternal value. I've lost nothing and no one of eternal value by being a Christian. Yeah, my life didn't get easier. It got harder. But I would do it again and again and again. And matter of fact, I keep saying I wish I knew when I was 5 or earlier what I know now. And I would have lived a life of a saint, and I would have been dead and in heaven probably already. Okay, the things I could have done with my life for the Lord had I known Him. And had a holy family, and had they sent me to church as a kid, and maybe instead of wasting my time in that stupid godforsaken secular school, which I learned nothing, and then I went back and worked at and really hated it, okay? North Branford High School, are you kidding me? I would have learned more in a Catholic school, okay? I wanted to go to Catholic school, my parents wouldn't send me. I had to go with the rest of you people, and I learned absolutely nothing to help me in my life. So I would have done it. I would do it all differently again. I'd still be a virgin. I would have been a priest by now. I would have done everything different. But I couldn't go back, and it's my fault. I can't blame God, because after the age of reason, I went and lived like the world, and man did I. And that's why I suffer so much now. I probably destroyed my body. Sin does kill you. It will kill you. Sooner or later, you pay the piper. So what difference does it make? I hung out with Channing Tatum and all these celebrities over the years in my roaring 20s in Hollywood and all this stuff. Who cares? What is it doing for me now? I mean, had I stayed there, Satan would have made me a big celebrity. I'd have all the money in the world. I'd be rich and famous and happy and healthy. But I'd go to hell. For sure. And let me tell you, that doesn't make you happy anyway. Because all the celebrities I've ever worked with are friggin' miserable. And they're train wrecks. And they're addicted to all kinds of crap. Because they're not happy. And they have to be a fake person their whole life, and they know they sold their soul to the devil. So, and they're not willing to give up what they have either. They could easily come to Christ and He would forgive them, but they'd have to lose everything. They don't want to be like that rich young servant in the Bible. When Jesus said to him, "You want to follow me? Go, sell all your things, give it to the homeless, to the poor, and follow me." And he said, "No, I can't do that." Well, that's how Madonna and every other superstar in the world feels. They can't do that. They know Jesus is going to require much from them if they want to be saved, and they're not willing to do it. Well, then I hope they enjoy hell. I hope it was worth it. That's all I can say. But as soon as I found out, when I was going down that road and I had a choice to make, sign these contracts and be rich and famous, but sell your soul, or put family and God first, I chose God and family first, and I don't regret it. And now I'm not in Hollywood. Now I'm poor, and sick, and whatever, a beggar. But you know what? I don't care, because I know I lost nothing but a lot of headache and going to hell for sure. And I would have only lived for myself in that lifestyle. I could not live for other people. I've helped a lot of people. A lot of people sick and dying I took care of over the years. I brought them back to Christ. I was there for them till the end. I couldn't have done that if I was too busy making movies and getting rich. Okay? So what matters more to you, yourself and your money, or people? Well, you should say people, because what kind of person are you if God and people don't matter? But a lot of you are so high and drunk and addicted to things in life that you're so numb, you don't feel. You don't feel love or anything for God or neighbor. You don't even love yourselves. That's why you do this to yourself. And that's why I get angry with you people. Because you don't listen worth a damn, and you sabotage for no reason, and God gives you looks and health and all these things, and you waste it and you abuse it. And then you end up sick and dying and going to hell for what? Do you know what I could have done if I had health, good health my whole life? If it wasn't for bad health to slow me down, I could have conquered the world. Like, I was go, 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 a real go-getter, until my health failed. And now I could barely move during the day and function. But if I only had my health and energy back, I'd be, wow, I don't know what I would do, but I'd be doing a lot of stuff. I mean, I could have worked 80 hours a week. I would be doing construction jobs, whatever, but I can't. It stinks. I hate it. I never got to play sports. I couldn't go to the military like I wanted to. I couldn't be a police officer like I wanted to. I'm not trying to complain. Other people have it worse, but it's not easy. When you don't have health, you can't even work to pay your own bills, take care of yourself. And then other people don't want to do nothing for you, and they say you're a lazy bum and all this other stuff. And because of bad health, I can't get accepted into seminaries. And so they won't let me be a priest, so I don't have a vocation. And what girl is going to want to marry me when I can't work and defend her and supply for her and our kids? And so I guess I'm stuck like this. Whoa, this is just awesome. So I cry every night about it, and then I say, okay, this is my lot. It's my cross to bear. So I will just give my life to God and be a saint where I'm at, and that's all I can do, is just devote this extra time to the kingdom of God. And so it's a blessing in many ways, because if I did have all my health and everything, I would probably not have the time or make the time that I do for God and prayer and other people and evangelizing. But it just seems like such a waste, because I don't think I've reached many people. And I could have reached so many more if I was a priest. It just really bothers me, because I have all these gifts and things I want to do, and I can't do it. It's like a racehorse that never gets to leave the gate. So, I don't know. Maybe in God's mercy, my time is coming to an end down here, and I just want to make it. I just want to go to heaven. Please, that's all I ask. I don't care if I have to guard the gates. I don't care if I live in a tent. I'm not asking for a mansion. I don't need anything special. I just want to make it. Anything in heaven is better than burning in hell with the rest of the majority of mankind. And I know I deserve hell, just like all of you. I certainly do. I probably deserve hell more than all of you. And let me tell you something else. When you have the responsibility, after what God has shown me, if you mess up, when more has been given to you, much more is expected by Him. I know better than most of you. So when I mess up, it is most grievous, way more dangerous to my soul than for the rest of you, because I know better. God has shown me things that are undeniable, and therefore when I preach, I don't preach just by faith. I preach by knowing as a fact. I've seen Jesus and His mother. I've seen the gates of hell, and I have seen what it's like to be out of this body and experience a little bit of heaven. I know for a fact. And there's a lot more things besides all that throughout my life that I've known. I've seen miracles. I've seen people coming out of comas after I prayed for them. I've been healed myself in the past against all odds. I'm not in a wheelchair still to this day as I should have been. Okay? So I don't want to hear, oh, God doesn't exist. I know he does. You put a bullet in my head right now. I'm telling you, I know for a fact that Jesus Christ exists. So there's no question. I know. But that doesn't always make it easier, because I also know that as much as he loves me, I am going to be judged. And there's no guarantee that I'm going to heaven. And if anybody sits there and tells you, oh, you're John 3:16, no, stop. You keep screwing up after you know, you're putting yourself at risk. So I'm telling you, you need to win your crown. You need to do this every day to the end of your life to win heaven. You don't just, oh, I believe in Jesus, that's it. Even Satan believes in Jesus. He ain't going to heaven. So stop the nonsense. You people have got to understand you need to choose. You need to choose this day whom you're going to serve. If it's going to be Christ, then you need to put both feet into the kingdom and stop this worldly nonsense right away, because you don't have time for it. And if you don't want to take this seriously, then so help you on Judgment Day. And there's nobody who's going to be able to save you. Jesus himself can't save you from his justice if you choose to not do what he tells you now. And he gives you ample time. I've seen him extend people's life to make sure that they have enough time to get right with him and go to heaven. So what a waste it is. What a waste that my videos fall on so many deaf ears. And if I die soon, and you guys soon will forget all this, and know that he was just another crazy Bible-banging kook, well, what a shame. What a shame. Please don't let my videos be in vain. Because this isn't theatrics. No, you can't explain and plead with him once you're dead, Jennifer. Trust me, many have tried. You can plead with him now, and he'll show you who he is, and he'll come and save you right now. But you have to mean it. And let me tell you something. He knows your heart. You can't play tricks with Jesus. He knows your thoughts, your intentions, your heart. He knows what you're going to do tomorrow before you're even there. So you can't lie to him. So I'm telling you, do it now. And you're a beautiful woman. You've got a beautiful family. I mean, he's blessed you in so many ways. I don't see why you don't want to just do this. I mean, you're just like me. I know you've lived life to the fullest down here in a worldly way. There's no reason why you can't spend the rest of the few years you got left doing it his way. I mean, we kind of owe it to him after all he's given us, right? So if I do it, and I don't have the life you have, I don't have your looks, I don't have all these people and friends and family who love me, I don't have kids, and man, I would kill to be in your shoes. You have no idea. You live very quiet, but you still don't live a road to the cross life, I'll tell you that much. Anyway, I gotta get going, but I just wanted to make this video to let you people, I don't know who I'm thinking of, Jennifer, but I do know that you guys are always in my prayers ever since high school. I've never forgotten either of you or your sister. You're both very dear to me. I just want you to know that if I die, I want you to know that I never forgot you. Even though we don't hang out, I've always been concerned. And I always thought you were very beautiful, but you never were interested in me. But anyway, under the bridge, doesn't matter. I still love you. And I gotta say, even though we live differently, you and your sister have always still remained in contact with me over all these years, and I do appreciate that. So, it's a lot more than I can say for most of our crew. Once I became religious, they left me high and dry. But don't you understand, people don't just wake up one day and decide to be a holy roller? Something had to have happened. I mean, I didn't have to choose this route. I didn't choose this route. I had a route paved. I was going to Hollywood. I had so much, and I had to make a decision, and I made that decision based on what I knew. Ditto. Always love you guys too. But like I said, I'm hard on you guys because I want you to understand what I know. I wouldn't be making these videos. Do you think this is easy? This is humiliating. Honestly, but I'm trying to be real. One thing people are going to get from Steve Danello is truth. Real. I'm not sugarcoating anything, and I'm not gaining anything from this. I'm just going to tell you like it is. So, I love you guys, and that's why I do it. I love Jesus, and that's why I do it. But as much as he loves me, like I said, I'm always afraid of not making it either, and there's a reason for that. I'm not perfect and holy either, and I have to get my stuff together, and I think I'm running out of time to do so. Yes, we should. But like I said, I don't know. I think I'm running out of time, Jennifer. I don't know. I gotta see what the doctors say. I mean, I can't even tell you all the details about what I've been dealing with physically. But anyway, no matter what, you'll still always be able to watch these videos and remember me and what I told you, and it's never too late until your last dying breath. But please don't wait till your last dying breath. Please trust me on that. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here to tell you this, because I already died before, and if it wasn't for God's goodness and mercy, I wouldn't be here. So I think the only reason He put me back here is because I promised Him I would do this. But and I'm gonna keep that promise. But I just want you people to understand that being a Christian is not always rose-colored glasses and sugarcoat and everything's fun. I don't walk in blessings all day long, money falling out of the sky. Yes, there's major miracles God provides, but there's a lot of suffering with it too sometimes. Yes, I had COVID before, I think, but even though all the tests always came back negative. Well, Amy, then you're very blessed, and you know, unless you're a cat, I would probably think third time, after 3 strikes and you're out. So let's not make it a fourth. And if it's going to be a fourth soon, can you please trust me on this and get on the right side? So maybe it'll be there before me, and you can, you know. Anyway, like I said, I just wanted to tell you that. Please pray for my healing. I don't know what's going on. Financially, I'm whatever. I'm sure the Lord will provide. And pray for Donna, because she's not been well again. And even though it's her fault, she's not been well again. And I think that covers everything. And as far as my fife and drum people, I'm sorry I haven't been at gigs in a while. I have not been well enough. So otherwise I would be there. I don't like missing our events, but you don't know what I've been going through. So I have to make sure I get to work every day when I can, and that's hard enough. And I have to take care of Donna every day. So I'm spent. I'm stretched to the max right now. It might be, Amy, but there's nothing I could do about it. Even if it is. I know a lot of people are long haulers, and they're sick all the time, and they're going to be sick the rest of their lives with this garbage. And it probably will kill them one day, at least when their immune system gets to the point where they're too old to fight it. It's a shame. It's a darn shame that our government unleashed a chemical weapon on its people. And that's what COVID is. And yes, that's true. Whether people want to believe that or not. It came out of a lab, they shouldn't have been playing God, and this is the result of it, and they don't care, considering they want population control anyway. And then those vaccines, and I know people don't want to believe this either, you will be sterile in 5 years. So that's another part of that. They're pushing it on people, because it sterilizes people. So when they want their whole green elite agenda of population control, well, they just did it. What doesn't kill you with the plagues will kill you with the vaccines or prevent you from having kids. Between abortion and sterilization, we won't have kids pretty soon. So they win. And then the wars that have begun and are going to continue from now on will kill quite a few people. So get ready for those things to start falling. And I'm trying to not be the bearer of bad news, but hey, it's even in the Bible. And so you guys better start believing in Bible stories, because you're living in one. Right now, you're seeing it. And by the time you realize that, unless you never read the Bible and never listen to me, then you're never going to know what's going on. But no, this is not normal, okay? It's going by the book, but it's not normal. It's supernatural. Yeah, so anyway, stay away from the vaccines. Please stop getting boosters. Leave it alone. I've lost so many people already to them. I mean, it's just amazing how many people drop dead of heart attacks and blood clots after their boosters. I've seen it. I don't want to argue about it. Some people don't die, but a lot of them do. So is it worth it? I mean, Donna didn't get her vaccine, and she had terrible COVID, but she's in her late 70s and has a lot of health issues, and guess what? She's still here. So that vaccine would have killed her. The vaccine would have certainly killed me, according to my doctors. And so I'm trying to tell you, don't do it. Stop listening to the news. It's scripted. I have people who work in the news industry. I used to work in Channel 8 News. I'm telling you, scripted. Nonsense. Okay? So turn off the TV, unplug your cable. You don't need it. You got internet on your phone. Why don't you start just thinking for yourselves instead of the media, and start reading the Bible and going to church and let the Holy Spirit talk to you, and he'll tell you real fast what's up, and you'll see what's up with your own supernatural eyes, and then you don't have to worry about all this being deceived anymore. And those of us who already know this are trying desperately, even at the cost of our life, to tell you the truth, and nobody's listening. But anyway, I gotta go. I will talk to you when I can. I just want to give everybody an update. Yes, I'm still here. I'm not feeling well. We don't know what it is, but it's not good. And like I said, a lot of it's my point. I should be going to the doctors, but I'm going to try to do it this week. But I've got to find time in between Donna's appointments, and Donna's not feeling well, and work and everything else to do it, because I cannot afford to take time off of work. I only work 20 hours a week as it is, and I only make like 200 and change a week, and I've lost a lot of work the past couple months between funerals and hospitalizations and stuff, and I don't know how I'm going to make it through this week, let alone the month. So, and I'm getting sicker and sicker by the day. So like I said, I don't know what's going on, and so don't be surprised no matter what. But don't be surprised if I get a miraculous recovery either, which would be nice, Lord. I'm not going to ask you for one anymore, but it would be nice. But if not, I'd rather him take me soon so I can just go home and be done with it. Because I got to tell you, and I'll tell you this one last thing. And I'm not one to run away from a fight, but what's coming down the pike from this point on in mankind's future, is not good. So if I die tomorrow, I get to escape a lot of drama, a lot of pain and suffering that the world is going to be experiencing soon. But I will stay here till the end with you if I can, if God allows it. I just wish he'd give me the health so I can be out there in the trenches fighting optimally instead of having to be sick all the time. But if he does take me home soon, that's a blessing. That's being very merciful, because I know what's coming, and I don't really want to be here for it. So that's why I'm trying to urge you people now as much as I can. Please take this very seriously. Spend time with your family and friends. Prioritize. Put God first. Enough living worldly lives. Don't worry, it ain't worth it. Stop working 80, 90 hours a week, because downsize if you have to. Go off grid, simplify, get an apartment, whatever it takes to have more time for yourself, because time's running out, to spend time with family and friends, to get to know God, because I'm telling you, you can't take your money in your house with you when you die. Someone else, at best case scenario, someone else that doesn't deserve it will end up with it all. And you won't make it up, because you wasted your time, which was supposed to be getting to heaven, on worldly stuff. And that is the point of this planet. Satan has had centuries to get this right and to make this world a prison planet where everybody's on a hamster wheel, too busy paying taxes and trying to have all these big houses and cars and fame and fortune and comfort and luxury and this and that, that you're just wasting your time, which was given to you to come to know and love God so you can go to heaven, and we waste it being sidetracked on worldly stuff. Got to take care of my kids, my family, my dog, my house. Got to work 80 hours a week. Got to pay the taxes. Got to have... Well, guess what? That's why Jesus said you can't have both. I will give you all that if you follow me first. But if you choose to put the world first, you're going to have to do it all yourself. And you will waste your life trying to attain it. And then by the time you do get to a comfortable place, if ever, you can't even retire. And if you do, you're too sick and old to enjoy it anyway. And guess what? Then when you die, you wasted your life on the world and you go down. And so it was for nothing that you were created. But if you trust that book and God's servants and you follow Christ, you will gain everything. And you won't have to work so hard for everything you need, because the Lord will provide it for you. You might not have as much luxury as you can afford now, but you'll have what you need. And you'll go to heaven. So do you really want to work yourself to an early death for worldly shit that you're never... Sorry, Lord, I have a bad language, but worldly stuff that you don't really need is not going to bring you to heaven? Or do you want to have your best life later in heaven and for all eternity? You know, like we have to choose. And I know that it's a gamble. It's a risk. That's why it's called faith. Because yes, I am asking you to believe in something that you don't know for sure, like some of us do, but you don't know. And that is why Jesus said to Thomas, remember Thomas, well, if you know anything about the Bible, presuming you do, Thomas had to stick his finger in the wounds of Jesus' hands and in his side because he didn't believe until he saw with his own eyes and touched with his own hand that Jesus literally came back from the dead and it was really him. And then once he realized, he said, "My Lord and my God, I'm sorry." And Jesus said, "You believe now." And he's like, "Yes." He's like, "You believe because you saw with your own eyes, but blessed be those who believe without seeing." So all of you people who believe in Christ and obey him, even though you've never seen him like some of us have, or you don't have any supernatural reason to believe, blessed are you. You have a better chance of going to heaven than those of us who only believed after we saw. So I'm trying to tell you, you're better than I am right now if you believe in Christ by faith alone, without him having to come down here and show you, like he had to do with me. But either way, the point is, you know what you got to do. It's in that book, all right? And it's never going to change. So I know the whole world is going so totally opposite of what Christians are teaching, but that's the point, to keep the way narrow. Many are called, which is the world, but few are chosen, because few follow the narrow way and decide to go upstream instead of downstream, to go against the grain, to believe by faith. And the reason people don't want to believe is they're like, listen, I only have one short life down here. What if you Christians are wrong? Then I wasted my only opportunity. Well, listen, if we're wrong, you're not going to be alive to worry about it. Because you'll be dead and turned to dust and you'll never exist again and there won't be any heaven or hell, and so it won't matter and you won't even know you were ever here anyway. So you certainly won't be lamenting about all the things you missed out on. Okay? But if we're right, and I'm telling you we are, I bet my life on it. May God strike me dead right now, publicly, right now if I'm wrong. You are going to find out the hard way, if you don't trust us, that it is real. And so you're going to be grateful that you decided to do this now. And then you're going to realize that everything you thought was so important down here was not. And everything that was really important, you neglected. Yes, almost, but you're not going to have to worry about that, Jennifer, because he'll do it for you in subtle ways in his own. It's like you're the clay and Jesus is the potter, and he will take you and he'll say, okay, my daughter, and he'll start doing things like people that you love might walk away from you, but that means that they weren't really there for you in the first place. No loss. Okay. He'll strip you of certain things. He'll show you things. The change will happen naturally. It's not because you and I can't do it. That's the one thing that people keep doing wrong about this. Even the saints will tell you, when you try to do it on your own, you can't. You literally need to ask Jesus to take over, and he'll do it for you, with you. He holds your hand and he walks you through it and he teaches you, and it takes the rest of your life to get there, but he'll do it. If he begins a good work in you, he will see it through to the end. But if you want to try to be a saint on your own, it's not going to happen. Trust me. You have to just let Jesus take the wheel. And you got to be patient with yourself, because it's not easy. And you're going to mess up. But as long as you're on the road of the cross and you fall, as long as you keep getting back up, if you die on that road, you're going to make it because you died on the road, and you would have made it to the end had you had more time. Just don't get off the road, is what I'm saying. Get on the narrow path and stay there to the end. The rest of your life, yes. And God will walk with you. You're not alone. The rest of us are on there, and you will make it. He's not in the business of losing souls. He didn't die on the cross so you can go to hell. He died to save you from hell. But he did say, but here's the road. I did this to open up this road for you. Now you got to follow it. Will you do this? Regardless the cost. Even if it costs you your life, will you do it? And I promise you that you will have eternal bliss. Like, you're going to have more than you could ever imagine, and it's so worth it. You're going to be thanking me that you died. because you're going to have mansions and streets paved with gold and diamonds, and also you're going to be a daughter of the king. You will be royalty. You will rule over the universe with your Father God. You will be a royal family, a prince or princess in the kingdom of God. It doesn't get any better than that. Talk about a Disney fairy tale ending. But down here, you're going to suffer. Because the minute you turn to Christ, Satan's going to hate you. And he's going to pull out the big guns, and he's going to come at you with everything he's got. Trust me, I still deal with him. I mean, the other night, literally, and I'm not making this up, he kicked my bed. Twice. The first time to wake me up when I finally had a chance to get some sleep. And then, again, while I'm sitting there praying my rosary, the whole bed shook and practically levitated. That's not cool. And it was terrifying, and I almost had a heart attack. Okay? But after praying, it went away. Oh, and throwing some holy water around the room. But I deal with this often. So I'm trying to tell you, he's a jerk, and he will come after you. I'm not trying to scare you from making this decision, because I'm trying to show you that he's already after you, whether you see him or not. But he will manifest himself once you have Jesus. Because make no doubt about it, because Satan don't want to lose your soul after he's got you this close to eternity with him. So, yeah, well, so have I. Joined the club. Night terrors. It's beyond night terrors now. Talk about getting scratched up, beaten, things thrown at you, all kinds of stuff. I've been through it, man. I've had exorcisms done on me. There's so much to tell you in so little time. And a lot of things are like PTSD stuff I don't even want to go back into. Okay? Yes, I had to go to therapists just because of the crap I've gone through in my life. But I look back at it now and I'm like, I'm glad, so that I can preach fiercely, because I'm not just preaching off of opinions and ideas. I'm preaching the truth that I lived myself personally and seen with my own eyes. And so therefore, I can preach. And I don't need just to preach out of a Bible. Anybody can pick up a Bible. Living it is another thing. So I'm telling you people from my own personal experience, that's all I can do, and from the Bible, which lines up with it. So I'm telling you, it's scary, but it's also awesome. When you walk with Christ, you don't know what he's going to do or where you're going to end up or what you're going to see, but man, are you going to see things. It's like a roller coaster. It's definitely a thrill ride. And yeah, you'll see things that you wish you never did, but you'll also realize that you're seeing things now that most people never saw. And that's why they don't believe. But the minute they do see, they'll be believing. I mean, if you spend a night in my room sometimes, you'll be in church every day. I assure you of that. I had to run back. I didn't have a choice. But I also did a lot of stupid things that opened up doors in my past that opened these portals to hell. So I had to pay the price. Then the Lord finally took over and got him out of my life. But it was a long battle. God the Father basically told a priest who was doing my exorcism one time up in Massachusetts. There was like, 6, 7 people in that room for 4 hours, I think it took. And they literally got a message from God the Father saying, not Jesus, but God the Father is fighting Satan over you, Stephen. There's something about you that the devil is really trying to bring you to hell, but Jesus is really trying to get you to heaven. Like, where God the Father actually is literally fighting for you. Like, there's a tug of war going on over your soul. And I'm like, why? Why me? I'm nobody. What's so important about me? Everybody. Satan wants everybody in hell. And they're like, no. You in particular. I don't know why, but God the Father is literally fighting for you. So don't mess up. Make this count. And I'm like, well, that's a lot of pressure. But you know what? Wow. That's amazing. I mean, I know Jesus fights for us, but for God the Father to take this matter in his own hands, I'm trying not to cry, but what could I have done to deserve something like that? All I ever did was mess up. Did the worst things possible. So I don't know. I don't know what his plans are, but I want to see them through, and I don't want to fail. And I know that I'm not always a good example, and I'm sorry, but I am human, and I'm going through hell and back all the time, and you have no idea. But I still have to do what I have to do down here, and I promise God I will, and I promise all of you that. So that's it. I'm fighting my fight. We all have a different fight to fight. We all have a different purpose, but it is important. You are important. Anybody who's alive down here, God created himself for a reason that only you can fulfill. And if you don't do it, there's nobody else who can do it. It goes undone. And your mansion in heaven with your name on it will remain empty for all eternity because you didn't make it there. And it's because you chose not to. God doesn't force people to hell. They choose to go there. And so he doesn't want you there. He's got a place ready for you already. But it's going to remain empty if you don't make it. And you have to fight. You have to fight. Suddenly everything else down here is no longer important. I'm telling you. If it's the last thing I ever get to say to you people. This is real. It is real. Please, please don't forget that. Change the way you live. You know, you've already done enough sin. I think it's time now to be holy. You can do it. I wouldn't be telling you if I can do this, you can do it. Jesus would not command it of us if it wasn't possible. But it is not possible by yourself. You're going to need his hand. You're going to need his grace. And he will not let you down. I promise you. Just go all in for him and let him do his job. All right? Steve Danello signing off.